Developing now, a breakthrough in a nearly 30-year-old high-profile cold case. Duane Davis has been charged with the murder and the death of Tupac Shakur. The rapper shot and killed 1 block from the Vegas Strip back in 1996 and died 6 days later at the age of 25. Well, Davis is the uncle of the suspected shooter and has long been linked to the investigation. The arrest comes nearly 2 months after police searched a home tied to Davis, seizing photos and electronics. And in his own memoir, Davis admits to being in the car with the shooter the night that Tupac was killed. The Las Vegas chief deputy DA said his own public statements implicated him in this case. And joining us now to give us some insight into the case, NewsNation Law and Justice contributor Jennifer Coffindaffer. She's also a former FBI special agent. Jennifer, thanks so much for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me, Natasha.
So one of the biggest questions here, why did it take so long for authorities to bring charges?
Well, there were a couple reasons that were involved. First of all, this happened in Las Vegas, but the individuals that were back in the Compton area, those police forces really suspected at all times that it would have been Keffe D. Remember, Tupac was part of the Blood criminal street gang. Keffe D was part of the Crips criminal street gang. And so there was a clear connection there in terms of a rivalry and issues from the get-go.
Yeah, and you know, Davis has spoken publicly about his involvement since 2018, and specifically in that memoir they're referencing, he wrote, "Them jumping on my nephew gave us the ultimate green light to do something Tupac chose to play, or chose rather the wrong game to play." Do you believe that this clearly implicates him?
I do. I mean, by his own words, it is so implicating. He puts himself there. He describes in detail what happened, and those details match up with the criminal investigation conducted by law enforcement.
Why would he choose to write about it so brazenly if it might lead to this outcome?
Well, part of it's just, I think, that gang culture, getting the last word in. It truly is important to know, I think, for him to say, listen, we won. You know, we did this and nobody got us. And now look what's happened. I think he thought so much time had passed, maybe he'd be in the clear.
Interesting. And NewsNation's Chris Cuomo spoke with a former detective who actually investigated Tupac's murder back in the mid-2000s. Here is part of what he told Chris just last night.
Let's try to make it plain for the people at home. If this was always the name that was bubbling around way back when you were making the book on this case, why did it take so long? Why now?
Well, the primary suspect in Tupac's murder has always been Keffe D's nephew, Orlando Anderson, who had gotten into a fight with Tupac just hours before he was shot. Well, as time went on and the investigation began to unveil, we began to target Keffe D because we knew of his relationship with his nephew and we knew that he was in Las Vegas. So we built an airtight narcotics case against Keffe D in order to compel him to cooperate. So we did what was called a Profer session.
Yeah, so Jennifer, can you help explain to our viewers what exactly a Profer session is? What is he talking about here? How did it function?
Yes, so in a Profer session, basically you bring in the individual. Typically who would be there would be the case detectives as well as the prosecutor. And you would be able to speak to that individual and they would proffer, if you will, all sorts of information that they have regarding criminal activity. So it's just a great tool that is used by law enforcement to dig deeper into cases, not only the case they're charged with, but other cases.
Okay. Jennifer Coffindaffer, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.